Okay, hi everybody, or people of the future, I should say. I'm going to say hi everybody, hello people of the future. I'm a little bit away from the microphone right now, and I didn't tell anybody I was going live, so it's all a surprise. And I just realized I forgot to change the name of the video, but that's okay, because I am going to hair a wolfman anyway. There we go. All right, and you know what? This might be a lovely and quiet chat if no one joins us. I was doing some work in here earlier. Hello, Edson Juice and Cobwebs and Candlesticks. Howdy. I also changed some settings on my OBS to make the camera a little bit sharper, and hopefully that did come into effect, and I think it worked okay. Happy New Year's. Oh my gosh, they're all showing up now. Holy moly. So let me get my hellos out of the way here. Hello, Hugo Cordialete, Sons of Wayne, South Omaha Horror, Rodney Pope, John C., Mike Cherzanowski, Tom Everard, Gregory Haynes, Chad Smith, Josh Newman, Mike Manning, Edson Juice, Ella's Fire, and there we go. Now, holy moly, now there's creepers. If someone wants to share this live video to the creepers page, I would appreciate it. I don't focus well enough to be able to be live and share live at the same time. And there we go. So yeah, today's a very chilly day here in Texas. It's a Stacey Hawkins, and she did share it. That's probably why people started showing up. See, left to my own devices, I would just be broadcasting live out to the universe. We're going to take advantage of this 45-minute window of actually having internet, and we'll see how long it lasts. Last night it died on me, like completely died, and that's how it's been most of the morning. But I do get windows. I think it is weather related right now, but I'm upgrading to a business Wi-Fi for here, and I will keep this Wi-Fi for the house. I should have a stronger connection, and he's getting me a taller tower on Monday, because our internet gets shot from a tower somewhere to the house, and then it shoots from the shop roof over to the house. So I have it the drop, of course, right here, but still. Better internet is better. Happy Saturday, people are saying. Okay, and Happy New Year for those I haven't said Happy New Year to yet. I am cleaning out the nozzle on my airbrush, this little bit right here. This cold out, it does tend to clog pretty easy if you don't clean it or leave a pin in it. If I just stabbed a pin through it at the end when I was done, this wouldn't happen. Wouldn't be an issue, but I don't do that because of who I am as a person. Yeah, this is a bit early, and I'm going to get this mask. I'm going to finish painting this one, and then I've got the Mikey Severe Werewolf Wolfman mask, and I'm going to get that guy done. Monday, I will hair up those two werewolves that I've got and get those guys done. I'm having a hard time getting this sewing pin into this. I think that this pin's a little thicker, so let's turn around. There we go. Get a little bit of a thinner pin. Yeah. Hello, John Sheffield. Push. See, now that should pass all the way through, but it doesn't. I just have a little tip sticking up. And that should be able to go all the way through. Pick up a torch tip cleaner. Alexa, add torch tip cleaner to my shopping list.
Torch tip cleaner added.
I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up now. I mean, have a blowtorch. Like, would that do it? That shouldn't hurt the brass, but it would definitely hurt the material that this is made out of. Okay, I'm going to pretend that's clean enough. I can get air through it. That's good. Give this a quick shake. And we may not have good internet today, guys. This may end up stopping. And if this stops, well, I tried. And I just heard thunder outside. I thought we was done with that. MAP gas. Yeah. I know, MAP gas is good. Have you seen the MAP gas fireball gun cobwebs? That'd be a very good build for you. I don't want to do it and encourage Jake Farmer to do more fire stuff because he already loves fire. Aha. All right, so I'm now spraying the juice. This is a clear coat. I'm going to hit the nail, I'm going to hit the nose and the teeth, and I want to wax the teeth, so I'm putting a bit of a resist on them so the wax doesn't stain. I want the wax to build up. I think a wet nose is very important for werewolves. I always wet under the eye too. Give that area a little bit of light. And I want to airbrush this. You can see there's a little bit of a difference between the long hair and the shorter wool. But I thought this made a really nice hairline. I just want to airbrush it so it matches up. Whatever is in the gun now is thick and congealed. I'll say that like it's a feature. It's black. We're lucky. Hello, Horror Beauty. It is just me this evening. And I'm going to have to turn on the air scrubber up here. I got new filters, change those filters out to Mara. And I'm just using this ink to kind of make both of these guys have the same tone, you know, because the one is a little shinier than the other, and it's best if, oh, you know what? So I think I can move that microphone a little bit. Let me do that. Because right now the mic is kind of close to the overhead. Tell me if this is better. How is that? Is that a better read for sound? I'm a little further away from this, but it is going to be loud. Always put your lids on. Like bottles, man, don't leave the lid off. And if you have two things with the lid off, you put the lid on the most expensive bottle first. If there's going to be an accident, you want to lose as little bit as possible. Hello, Scott Coiner and John C. Blackcraft 27. Hello, everybody. Now that difference between the two is less noticeable. Boy, I'm blowing through some ink. Hello, Susan Attai and Rodney Pope. Scott Colehart, see you on, sir. Thank you much. Sorry about that, Ezekiel. This is the weekend live streams that are not promised. I'm trying to get this done at an early time. Finishing up my shop work in here today. And I actually think that is pretty darn good. It just knocked the difference back a little bit on that. He goes out the way. Okay. And since I'm no longer airbrushing, I'm going to go and turn that scrubber off. Is it morning? I don't know if I've tried this one on. I have product in my hair, so it may mess up hers. You know what? I put a sharpened filter on the camera in OBS, and I think it's kind of fixed our fuzzy cam problem at distance, in my opinion. These are from Grizzly, and these are Shop Fox International. I have one Shop Fox International, and then I have two Grizzly.com ones, but they're all from Grizzly, I think. Okay, so that's a different fit than my masks, obviously, but it'll work. I need to put a little pad up in the top. Get my chin actually in there. And the eyes are a little low for me on this. The eyes are lower than my eyes are. And I think I actually cut out the eyes, and that was not his intent. But a pad up here should be fine, like a 1/2 inch pad. I'm getting my shop work done now. If I get him haired today, then I'm on track. So that's my hope. Oh, can you guys not hear me when I have the mask on? This doesn't have a lot of holes. What I was saying was the eyes are low on this for me. The eyes are, he's made the mask to trim the eyes up in here, but I don't do that. I use eyes. I'm hairing this workman. Yes, Horror Beauty. I am hairing the workman. Because wolfmen are the hardest working monsters in monster business. I don't even mind that you called it a workman. What doing? I'm going to hair this mask today is what I'm going to do. You know what? I'm going to take out a little bit more of this chin. Unfortunately, that's where he signed his sculpture, which, how did he do that? How did he carve that up under there? Because if you think about it, on his head form, when he molded this, he had to go up under there to scratch that in. Maybe he tilted it back first. Who knows? These are life's questions that I'm pondering. Thank you for posting those air scrubbers. I think I have said his name often enough on this where no one's going to think I'm trying to cut his name off just for... I don't even have credit for the mask he made. Let's try that again. No, it's not a stamp. It's just, hey, if the stream goes away, I'm sorry. I might try it one more time. but I know my internet stinks right now, so. Yeah, a pad up here would be nice. Keep it off of my eyes. Or, so he is sculpted, he has sculpted hair on it. But I want to wear this with a wolfman costume, so I'm actually going to hair it so it blends in with my suit. Wolfmen are usually moonlighting. That's awesome. Yeah, what doing? It needs to show up on a shirt. You are correct. I'm just cutting the mouth open. This was sculpted just full of teeth. But I'm going to cut around the teeth in order to, because, you know, Ezekiel's kind of right. And breathing is awesome. So when you cut a mask after it's painted, what you get is you get those, see that latex color right there? Yeah, you'll get that. You don't want that. And now I'm going to cut these teeth tippos out, which might ruin everything. That's clickbait. I could be destroying it all. I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. I really do have to trim that so it looks good. This is certainly an advanced trim. You know, I wouldn't want to have to do this to every mask. But he sculpted these great interlocking teeth, but that keeps the mouth from opening and closing. Now, I think I'll get some mouth movement on this. You know, because all of these teeth and these teeth are separate there. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. We're going to cut out these teeth too. Okay. You know what, I'm not going to cut out those two because I think they're too heavy and they would flop open. You don't want, you want 44% less flopping. And I have a little bit of 3/8 inch EVA. I'll put that inside as a pad and see if that helps my eyes line up any. Hello, Oddity Works in Toronto. How are you, sir? Crips, just Crips. Dash Crips dash. And I'm kind of heating this up by moving it. I'm using the Stretcho hot hando method of shaping this foam. So I want it to kind of sit right here. And that point is going to kind of rest between the eyes a little bit, just like that. So that's going to push it off my eyes. I hopes. We'll see. Yeah, Blood's channel that Crips is fighting with all the time. Maybe. Those were loud scissors. I think it's just a really good microphone. This is way better. Now I can be. Can you guys hear me? It looks like you can because I'm seeing the green light. I'm in the yellow a little bit. I'll just speak up. I'm trimming a mascaron, and I add the pad to the head to line up my eyes better. And yeah, here we are. Wolfman in a cardigan. Okay. It's not a cardigan. It's just a cable knit sweater. That's right, old man, Wolfman. That's where I'm at in my life now. Okay. You probably could not hear me very well before, simply because I didn't have enough mouth cut out. And I'm going, I turned the camera over here, and I'm going over here in order to get some caracal wool. Almost could not find this. I gotta get rid of this toy soldier. Anybody local want a toy soldier? They come pick it up. The toy soldier it's a good build. I will agree with you, it's a good build. I think master stroke is a strong word. I need room in my shop, guys. He takes up a lot of room. Misty, do you want to come pick up a toy soldier? You'll need a large vehicle. Hello! Hello, Mario! Okay. Happy New Year to you. Trying to sit down while I work a little bit because I can on this. Come up with a plan here. The wool is a very different process than what I did on the werewolf. It's more like the close-up stuff that I did. This is the caracal wool that I'll be using. Looks like that. It's a bit like my beard. This is Monster Energy mixed with apple cider, and it's delicious. There's a small leak here, but right now the compressor's not running. Maybe you hear the air leaking out of that. It's at the, never do this on camera, by the way, but it's at the quick connect coupling where the quick connect locks onto here. Yeah, I know what I meant. I could turn up the air scrubber, you would never notice the air leak. Yes, you can just you can just undo the lids on the soldier. Like so, these two lids here, they're just snapped into the lids. But I would leave these two together, and I would actually pop the zip tie on this one. I would pop the zip tie here so that this would come off. The head would come off, these two would stay together as a chest, and then you'd have these two buckets. And basically, just like that. And this is the bottom one, and here's the bucket for it, and that's a bag of clay in there for weight. I've got a 5-gallon bucket that I can put Christmas lights in or whatever. And these two lids are just zip tied together. So, there you go. Crypts Why should I clean my airbrushes when I finish with them? I'm curious as to why. If the time that it takes me to clean my airbrushes at the end, let's say it's 10 minutes at the end of the night. Well, that's every night, because I use them almost every day. And then if all it takes me is 5 or 10 minutes to clear any clogs that I have, well, why not just do that when I need to, as opposed to every night? It's a time thing, man. And having done it both ways, I don't see a benefit in cleaning them every day, or else I would do that. Anthony, happy healthy New Year. Thank you very much. Hello, Christopher Lazote. I need my scissors again. So you pull a hank of the wool off, and you see I have two frayed edges there, kind of. And this wool is long enough where I'm able to cut this in the middle, and then I can put on this piece, and I can put on this piece. The other stuff yesterday, I had to cut off one end because it was a shorter length of hair. I'm going to start on the back so no one sees it. This is caracal wool. Caracal. K-E-R-I-C-A-L. See, it's kind of like a transmission. Your transmission isn't giving you a problem. There's no reason to open it up and flush that sucker out. Feel that way about airbrushes. Okay, this is behaving as it should. That's good. I like that. My air reels are from Harbor Freight, and they work very fine. I actually checked their, I checked the reviews on the Harbor Freight ones, and they had pretty good reviews. So my air reels are from Harbor Freight, and so are my electronic reels. Electronic. Power cord reels that I use all the time too. Is this hair expensive? It was $40 for this bag full, and I've already done, I bet this is 20 masks worth of hair. This is easily 20 masks worth of hair. So I would say no, it's not that expensive. This hair takes longer time-wise than it does materials costs. I also bought a pan and tilt rig for this TV so that I'm able to tilt it over here and read the comments. Hello, David Carter in the UK. Yeah, like some people are a little taken aback by the price of the wool, but I have found that it saves enough time, you know. I like it. I'm only putting on like 2 or 3 inches of, you know, that stuff. Caulking at a time. I did a solid tug test on the other Wolfman when I got in here this morning, and that hair works. It's on there really well, so I'm not worried about it. I was a little worried initially because the caulking was cold. Hey, Rob O'Brien. Good to see you on, sir. I won't be on long tonight. I'm going to get him haired, and then I'll call it a night. But I was going to be on for a little while. And then Monday, I will be on, and I will hair both of the werewolves that I've got. Okay. You guys see how that is coming along now. Cleanup day is tomorrow, Rob. Cleanup day is Sunday. That is tomorrow. Today is a work in the shop day. Very cool. So trap jaw, I'll probably work on this week coming up at some point. I don't know exactly when. I have videos that are about 12 years old, Queer Pass, so you can see some real old stuff. My beard is dark brown in the beginning of my YouTube career. Very dark brown. And it is brown no more. Yeah, that's going to look really nice, I think. And I'm going to go about an inch apart on these rows. About an inch. And this hair is so short, it won't really style the same way the long hair will. So I have to make sure that I lay it in the direction that I want it to go. And I can tell you I'm going to have to wear like a head sock inside of this mask, or else all this hair on my neckline is going to drive me nuts. My beard doesn't bother me, but I know all this hair would faux shizzle. Having the actual hair, it does make a huge difference over sculpted hair. The realism just goes through the roof. And especially this wool, which is natural. It's a natural fiber. Just kind of mashing the ends in and making sure that they all get soaked. So right now I'm hairing with the DAP Ultra Clear. Normally I use silicone 1 or 2, but right now I'm using the Ultra Clear. It doesn't matter that much. I did say faux shizzle. It doesn't matter that much as long as it is a good flexible and adhesive. This is an adhesive, so I like it. My favorite is, but it's hard to get now, is, boy, I'll have to look it up. But it's a clear adhesive. I did a lot of testing and it just worked the best. But it's so hard to get. The stuff that works pretty good, I am using. Iron Grip, yes. Iron Grip is amazing. I love it. But they don't sell it at Home Depot. And for a while there, it wasn't even on Amazon. So, yeah. That makes it harder to use. I'd assume the DAP Ultra Clear is fine. I would have to test it before I said, yes, I like it. So I don't know. But I assume it's fine until I test it. How's that for a non-answer? And now the angle of this is going down. That's how I put the silicone caulk on. So I've actually angled the hair to go down in that same direction. And now that angle is going to match up. And that should be a more natural than putting straight hunks on. When I was making the toy soldier, I took all the skin off the top of my pinky finger. It's doing well, but I'm trying to keep it band-aided. I'm just gonna, you'll never know that that's real or not, because it's YouTube. I'm just gonna go a little while without a band. It's cray cray. And it also, it's pretty thick, so I tend to spread it out a bit. I don't put it on as thick as it is, or else the silicone can't saturate. And if your silicone doesn't saturate, then you're thwarted. I hate to be thwarted. I think this will look good. I think this will be a good looking mask. If anyone on here is also a member of Latex Mask Central, you might want to share this live video on Latex Mask Central, because some of them will be interested to know that I am hairing Mikey Severe's Lugaroo mask today. And he has never haired one. A lot of mask makers don't get into all that mess, because it's a different skill set. It's a different animal. So a lot of mask makers will just do the latex bits. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do I know what I need? I guess I don't. Maybe I can spell it, because, yeah, I can spell it. It is, I can spell it if I have my glasses. Karakul wool. Karakul. Karakul wool. And I'm going to back it up by doing this. Does that help at all? Can you see that writing? Karakul wool. Yeah, what I often do is I just dip, I'll get a little cup of latex and I'll dip my finger in it and make a latex bandage. I've done that before quite a bit. That works pretty well. No problem, Ezekiel. Happy to help. Okay, I'm happy with that length. I think that works. So Russ Turk did a herring video for Bela Lugosi, and a very similar process. He also uses wool most of the time. I normally use the other hair. This is high-end hair for me, because it takes more time to do it. So to me, it's not about the cost of the material. It is the time it takes. That's what drives this to being a premium. I think material-wise, it's actually cheaper than the other hair that I use, but the other hair allows me to go fast. I would probably agree with you, Cobwebs. I think that there's a couple different types. Just as Mother Nature continues to evolve animals into crabs, I think that werewolves come about in different ways. And there are some types that I would say are cursed, and they don't have that kind of control. Thanks, Chad Smith. You know what? I'm so bad at self-promoting. I haven't even mentioned my new channel on Latex Mask Central. And since most of this channel is going to be shop work on masks, I probably should. Promotion is not my thing. I have such a hard time, and I'm supposed to put commercials in the YouTube videos now, and I'm doing it, but boy, it's uncomfortable. Super glue is a good bandage, but it gets really hard. So if you need flexibility, then it's right out. All right, I'm going to do such a nice hair job on this that it deserves a better paint job, I think. And I'll bring the hair all the way up into here, more than I normally do, but he's got this sculpted hair, so I've got to kind of match to that. Yeah, super glue works great unless it's wet. Doesn't do good on the wet stuff. And now I've got it fanned out, and then I kind of angle it to match that angle. The goal is to keep the mask stickier than your fingertip. If you can keep the mask stickier than your fingertip, then you're winning. If more stuff sticks to your finger than the mask, then it makes it very difficult. Oh no, is it out of stock? I'm sure it'll come back. It might be just time of the year. It is a natural product, so maybe now is not the time when they shear those types of sheepos. Okay, that's good, like that. And the back of the head is the least fun, so I try to knock that out pretty quick. And I've probably gone down to like 3/4 of an inch, because I thought it was a little too widely spaced right here. Holding the very end, and then I'm pulling that off. And now I cut this in half, because this is the length of the actual fibers. Cool about the back of the head runs here is that it's straight. And he actually sculpted his hair with a direction, and I'm not going that way. I'm ignoring his sculpted hair direction, and I'm putting it on kind of the way it grows in a human head. So at some point I'm going to have to turn the corner here in order to make this swoop make sense, or I could just cut this off. But I do want to kind of keep his concept, so I guess I will change my hair direction. But you can see already I've very much changed how this is supposed to go. I'm doing this the way I would do a human head of hair, which is how I do all my masks. So maybe it's really good that I'm changing it up a little bit and doing it different. My understanding is this was just shared to Latex Mask Central. If you are joining us from Latex Mask Central, this is different from most live streams in that I try my best to actually talk to you and answer any questions. I make no guarantees that I know what I'm doing, but I have been doing it a long time. It's also possible that I've been doing it wrong for a very long time. Yeah, and so the bottle that you saw me cleaning, Crips, was one for the dual action airbrush, which is these guys here, and it's this nozzle on the bottle. And honestly, instead of cleaning these out, I throw them away because instead of cleaning them out, I normally throw them away because they're so cheap. And honestly, if I'm going to spend 30 minutes cleaning a couple bottles, spending $10 is cheaper for me to buy more bottles. So it is the Monster Zero, the white, 0 carbs, 0 calories. Wife is over at the house doing wife stuff. She is not with me tonight, which is why I'm going to hair this mask and then be done. I miss her. We've been home all day, but we've both been working on our own projects. There are people who, when we were both doing Scarborough Fair, they'd be like, "Why do you want to be with your wife right now? You're with her all day at fair." Well, A, I like her, and B, that's 35 acres. Doesn't mean we're together. Actually, normally we're not. Such different schedules. Sons of Wayne, I understand that that's possible, but that's gross. That's gross. I don't want to sell people my dog here. Yes, this hair actually punches wonderfully, and because the way you pull it off, and there's a wild hair on both ends, meaning one end isn't trimmed, when you punch it in the middle, it's a very natural look. It's very nice. Synthetic hair doesn't look as good when it's punched. It's very easy to make little corrections like here behind the ear and stuff. This one is going to be the same thing. So Scott, I do have those, yes. The black ones that I have is that, yes. Don't be sorry for questions. Questions are why I'm here. Questions are why I'm doing this in a live video and not finishing up the Thundercats that I've been watching in the shop lately. So here's something funny, a little bit of karma for you. It seems like on New Year's, on the 1st, Amazon Prime lost all of the eclipse, new moon, what is it? Twilight. It looks like they lost rights to some of the Twilight series. So I can't finish watching the new moon, which is whatever the last one is, New Moon. I started watching that one, and now I can't finish it because they don't have the rights to it anymore. I was watching the 2011 Thundercats, I think it was, or 2015, one of those, the new one, which I actually like quite a bit. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, 2015, that's what it was. I thought that was kind of nice. How's that framing? Better? And then, like, that's way too thick. That's double thick what I want it to be. Only because if there's too many hairs in there, then it can't be grabbed by the silicone. Remember, make sure the mask is stickier than your fingers. So you push on it like that, it sticks to the mask, and only some sticks to your fingers. These are what I call great first date fingers. This is how you want to go to dinner on a first date, with all your fingertips covered in gross hair. Then if you get a second date, well, then that means they really like you. You know what? I have to change my chat because I'm missing some messages. Apparently I am on top chat instead of live chat. Yep. Sorry, guys. That's right. I'm one of those weird single finger werewolves. They're the worst kind. I'm alone again without shoes. Get that guy some shoes. That's what I want to do. That's right. Zombie snail toupee. I think that's my palms. Mask behind me. No, that is a Anubis mask. Right there. That is Canine and Anubius. You'd see it better from the side. I'm working on him soon. Yes, there's two types of chat. There's live chat and then there is top chat. And top chat is only the messages that they deem to be important. And live chat is everything. Jeremy Gonzalez, hello. Have you been on before? I don't recognize the name. Hello, it's good to have you with us. If you have any questions, feel free. And yes, the first thing I ever read from you was Hairy Palms, LOL. Maybe you've been on. I don't remember. Look at all these chemicals on the round, guys. Oh, the goat. Yes, the goat is poured, and I'll pull him probably Monday. Well, I'm working with someone who's actually working on an Egyptian-themed haunt, so I'm not going to reveal who that is right now, but I will here shortly, when they say I can. Okay, that's my second row of the face. I need to start doing my corrections on the hair that goes this way. And that's going to mean I start up here. Because now, if the hair is running this direction, then I have to run it this way, right? So it's here. It's here. This is so crazy. I've never done the hair this direction. That's nuts. But that's cool, you know, I'm trying something new. Let's see how it do. I think I like Mikey Severe. I don't think he's wrong. Okay. Boy, that's going to be weird. I think it'll be okay. I need to get a lot more of it onto the head here. But maybe I will add some brown. For a long time, I did all my werewolves in flesh, no matter the hair color. And, yeah. Well, Jeremy, we didn't open. So my Halloween season was, let's just say, quiet. I did not open. I did not work at dark hour. I worked one weekend at Woods of Terror in North Carolina. But no, I thought the best course of action this year was to stay home. So I did. Laying it this direction feels so weird, guys. That's how that song goes, right? That's the words. I'm alone again without shoes. Have I been singing it wrong the whole time? Man. Okay. Hello, Big Ink Studios. Yes, this is live. How did you just notice that? But welcome to us there. Welcome back, Big Ink. This is live, yes. Scarecrow, because it looks cooler. Real. Why cut out latex eyes and put glass eyes onto a mask? It already had latex eyes. Because eyes aren't made out of latex, and they look better with glass. So, you know, yeah. It's going to look better with hair that is actually hair. And also, I'm going to use this with a werewolf costume that has actual hair. Because making a full werewolf suit out of sculpted hair just seems very silly. Hey Realms, good to see you on, sir. Who sings that? The real words are, I'm alone again without you. I don't think it's Whitesnake. I think it's a hair metal band. Maybe it's Whitesnake. I'm alone again without you. But I have said without shoes forever. Docking. Nice. It's a riot demon. Throw back a bottle of beer. It's a riot demon. I run a comb through your coal black hair. Hello, riot demon. Maybe you've been on a while, but I just realized you were on. This is so interesting. And I kind of have to go this way a little bit. I'm going to have a real hard line where it goes from down to up. That's okay. If people are making fun of the back of your werewolf head, you're doing it wrong. Or you have on the Zagone Studios Ultimate Beast Mask. I love Zagone Studios, one of my favorite mask making companies. Probably my favorite mask making company. But their Ultimate Beast Mask, I could not put an actor in it that screams because he would get called the ball sack monster, because the back of the head of the mask looks like a ball sack. It has this sparse gray hair and yeah. Hey, I'm so glad it came today. And we're getting a bunch back. Post office is they're having a hard time right now, so we're getting them back kind of every day. So some folks were supposed to get them and didn't. And we got back 2 today. We got back like 5, but 2 of them, the address is ripped off. Horror Beauty, I swear, if you look that mask up, it's like Ultimate Beast, I think is the name of it. The back of the head, it's 2 big balls kind of merged together, and there's sparse gray hair, and it's veiny. It's they weren't thinking all the way through on that one. You cannot put it in the queue line of a haunt when there are 13 to 14-year-old kids in that line. Hey, Edson. It's not a man bun. This was sculpted into like almost like a duck's ass. Like a duck's ass is normally down here. And that's the name of the hairstyle from the 50s, by the way, DA. Normally that's down here, but it's all swooped up here. So we'll see how it do. I'm doing what the sculptor intended, I think. Zagone Studios, Zagone. That's my favorite mask making company, is Zagone. No, don't Google ballsack mask. Do Google Ultimate Beast Zagone Studios. Yeah. Man bun. Does look a little bit like a man bun. I ain't even mad. But doing the hair in this direction, so different than anything I would have done. We're gonna see what happens. I think I like the mask. I like the look of the mask. So I'm not gonna doubt the design decision of how they did the hair. I'm just gonna go with it. I did back here because I don't want the edge of the mask. I want the edge of the mask hidden, and then I blended it out to go that way. We'll see. And now we do this side. Okay. So now y'all gonna make me go over here and look at this up. And I will, because I'm a completist. That's how it's sculpted, Crips. That's just how it's sculpted. Oh, see, I can click his link. Thanks for that link up there. Get out of here. Search. Ultimate. No, Ultimate's not on there. So let's go under masks. Well, yeah, masks. Let's show, great company, by the way. I love these guys. Show them all. Let's really tax our interwebs. Oh, you know what? Over here, they've got Beast mask. What do they have under beast mask? I don't think it was the kick-ass werewolf. Let's see. No, it's not that one. I don't think it was a werewolf. It was some other kind of monster. It was like a generic monster. Did they get rid of it? That would have been best, I think. This is what we're doing now. Beast? How is Beast and Beast Mask two different categories? Try Bloody Beast Monster? Dire Wolf? What's that? They don't have any. I clicked it. They don't have any. Let's just go back to shop. Masks. All masks. Show them all. Let's go back to that. Why are you not working? Okay, so right now I can't find it. If I find it, I'll put it on the Creepers page. How's that sound? I will put it on the Creepers page. Let's restore the chat. Let's pop out chat. I was looking for, there's a mask that they make on Zagone Studios, but I don't see it right now. And the back of the head looks like a pair of older gentlemen's testicles. That's just how it is. Fine mask, comfortable mask. Kick-ass beast mask. Okay. Yes. Yeah. The back of the head looks testicular. If a moderator can find the kick-a, I don't want to say that word too much on the YouTubes. Yeah. Look it up. Okay. Again, I have to start from the top and work my way down because it goes this way. You gotta lay it like shingles. That is enough for now. I think you guys are talking guitars. I know the word Ivan is. Now my other option was just to cut off this bit of latex and patch it, but I'm going to go with the brave choice, and we're going to try this hair this way. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:53 p.m.
Thank you.
Hope you're enjoying your weekend.
So far, Alexa, so far.
So far is usually defined as used after a superlative, used in negative statement to describe a situation that has existed up to this point or up to the present time or to the degree or extent that.
Alexa, now you're making me sad.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
I know. You have the best of intentions. You're just trying to help.
Here's best of intentions.
Alexa, stop. Stop.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Uh-oh. That means
Please
I'm
try a
having
little
slow
later.
internets. No hood on this mask. It's good. You're going to have the Sweet Monster man bun. That's what we're going to get. That's what's happening. I'm going with the braver choice here. And maybe we'll like it. Maybe we won't. But I like the sculpt, you know. I like the sculpture. So if I trust the sculpture, why wouldn't I trust the hair? It's kind of got like a 60s vibe or a 50s vibe. I think it's neat. Oh, you guys found the mask. Did someone post a link somewhere? It looks like a sack, doesn't it? Wily Kit or Wily Cat, yeah. And this reminds me of the Copper Kid from Silverhawks. He had a little point on his head like this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's quite the mask, isn't it? It's just the back. You can't wear that in front of a group of teenagers. They will rake you over the coals. Well, okay, so the same company that made Thundercats, they made Silverhawks, which I actually prefer over the Thundercats. I prefer Silverhawks slightly. I mean, it's close, but I slightly prefer the Silverhawks. And they had Land, Sea, and Air, and it was exactly the same show, except Land, Sea, and Air. And the sea was a show called Tiger Sharks. Almost nobody remembers Tiger Sharks, but they were the same. Oh, Testikill. That's actually a good name for that mask. Tiger Sharks, man. Has a set of taters on it. Oh, that shouldn't be that funny, but it is. Hello, doggos. What you guys doing? I just preferred the silver. This is Did I fix it? Did we do it? It looks like we fixed it. Yes. Okay. I had to randomly hit some buttons. Now I've got to make sure that it's set up right in the back. Yeah, we're still set right. My dogs are talented. They can break things. I'm sure it'll come back. I think people experience the show differently, and there's different bits of lag. Okay. You own animation cells from Tiger Sharks. You know what? I did. I mean, I thought they were nice. I liked them. They were no Silverhawks. They weren't Thundercats, but they did not last nearly as long. And I was hoping that they would do a crossover episode where they all met up at some point in time, but that never happened. Okay. So that's, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. So this way does take a lot longer. I think a creeper is a type of horse, so they're just looking at that name. I think a creeper is a type or a breed of horse, like a cutting horse or a walking horse. Okay. John C. Monstar is actually on the list. And there's two versions of him, and I may end up doing the buffed out version as a EVA foam helmet. So I think that would be a fun, like, full armor suit to build, that beautiful red armor that he's got. And his words, like he was Mum-Ra exactly. He transformed into a bigger, buffer guy after he said this thing. I don't think the Silverhawks had any like transformation that they did. They like put their face shields down, but they were like always the Silverhawks. Like the Thundercats had their Thundercats ho, and that wasn't a transformation so much as a rallying cry. I don't think Silverhawks had anything like that. But Mum-Ra and Monstar were Twinkies. There's about 8, Chad, right now, and I keep adding them because yours is going to be in this rotation too, the one that you made. I'm going to tear it up the same way. I like to play me a wolfman with options. Yeah, it's just nice to have a change-o head. If you have a head that you can change and the overshirt, I have more of a Christopher Reeve style white shredded shirt. I wear that one quite a bit, but then I also do your classic lumberjack wolfman shirt. I think lycanthropy is a huge problem amongst lumberjacks, based upon how many wear flannel shirts. Too close to Battle of the Planets. Now see, I didn't even remember Battle of the Planets. Like, because I was not into Japanese animation as a kid. Like, I did not like it. I wasn't even that huge on Voltron. I was like, that's un-American, you know. I don't know why, but that's... At the time, I was not a big Battle of the Planets fan. I liked Godzilla. I didn't even like Power Rangers. But again, Power Rangers, the monsters were kind of a joke. And as a kid, I very much took my monsters seriously. You know what? Actually, I might do a white t-shirt and a leather jacket for this, so he's like a 50s greaser werewolf. Wolfman, I should say. That would be fun. And the amount of hair I gotta wear is less too. Yeah, man. Horses are big animals. You should respect them. And don't let them kick you in the ribs or in the junk. Any animal that can kick, don't let it kick you in the junk. It's kind of a rule. I'm actually drinking a Monster still. This is a Monster with apple cider in it. That is my beverage for the evening. And fear of horses is actually a pretty common phobia. Horses are a pretty common phobia as far as people being afraid of animals. Now, for some reason, this one came out a little bit shorter than I'd like, so I'm just going to take one side of it off. Now that gives me the length I want. Challenging project ever for Dark Hour. I actually can't tell you because it was kind of for Dark Hour and kind of for a different theme park, and we had to sign a non-disclosure. It was very challenging because it was technically kind of above where we were, and we had to learn a lot of stuff to do it correctly. But it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. But let's talk about one I can talk about, challenging. I don't necessarily think of things as challenging. That was the clock tower was a time-consuming project. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Normally, projects are you put work into them and then it comes out, and that's how I see it. I don't necessarily think of it as a challenge. And challenging in what way? Challenging in we didn't have a lot of time, so we couldn't sleep, we couldn't stop and do something else. Challenging because we had to learn a new skill. There's a bunch of different ways something can be challenging. But my brain doesn't log things that way. Boy, did you guys look back and think that was really challenging on stuff? That's just not how I think. The clock tower was a good skin. Probably the biggest challenge we had was getting Dark Hour open because we had such little time to do it. 7 weeks for a 50,000 square foot show. You know, that's not a lot of time. So that was challenging in that we didn't sleep. And then that whole first year we decided to do the off-season shows. So it was a year full of Septembers because we had to keep making stuff for these off-season shows. And it never slowed down. I think it would look the same way that everything looks flocked, kind of fuzzy. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But I don't like that transition I don't like caracal wool and flocking for some reason. I don't think they go together as well as the other hair. You know what? My brain just doesn't think that way. So I'm having a real hard time answering that because challenge is, it's what you do. You know what I mean? Challenge is what you do it's my job. Challenging is my job. Everything should be challenging. If it's not challenging, then I'm doing something wrong or I'm not doing enough. So, and also at Dark Hour, I have the advantage where I'm normally handing a project off to someone who is better in that field than I am. I can light the show, but Jake Farmer's better at it. I can do the sound design for the show, but Jake Farmer's better at it. This year was challenging, yes, but Realms, we made that mold. That's one we sculpted and molded for the Timmies, we call them. And I want to keep these lines even. And mentally difficult and physically difficult are huge different animals, you know. Some people might say just taking risks is difficult, but you know we want to be doing that all the time. What makes something difficult? Because you decided it was difficult. And I don't make that decision. I just, you start doing it. I don't know how to do it. Well, I'm going to learn how to do it. And most things that are difficult are actually just tedious, in my experience. Unless you get into physically difficult. It's physically difficult to move an 800-pound cage through the show because we've got to put it in the right room. When you build the cage, you did not measure the doorways to make sure it fits through doorways. So then you have to rig it up on a chain hoist and go over walls 4 or 5 times. You know, that's not difficult. It's tedious. It's a pain in the butt. It's doing it the hard way. But the hard way isn't difficult. The hard way is normally indicative of a lack of planning. So another good question is to ask is, instead of what was the most difficult, is what did you pay for the most because you didn't plan enough? That's a great question. And one year we were actually open for our Halloween show on New Year's Eve. Not our Halloween show, but we did our Christmas show, and it worked out where New Year's Eve night was the easiest night. And we did it, and it was terrible. No one came. So, yeah. That is something that I learned. So this is coming along. I want to even up where I'm at because you can see I'm further back here than I am on the other side. So I just want to put a line in right here and get that line even before I go further forward and it gets real noticeable. So in the realms, in Home Depot, in the concrete area, they have little plastic caps that go over pieces of metal. They normally go over like 1/2-inch rebar, and then they widen out to an orange circle. And you just need some kind of a force dampener, basically, so that the end of that pipe doesn't shoot through. So something like a big plastic cap on the end of it is going to be a good way to go. Yeah, what does difficult mean? I mean, is walking a balance beam 4 inches off the ground difficult? Well, what if it's 80 feet up in the air and under you is a pool of sharks? Is that more difficult? No, it's the same balance beam. You just increase the pressure of the situation. It didn't get more difficult. That is correct, DM Cash. When you say felt, so mask slasher, felt is a material from pressed fibers, okay? So felt is a material. I've used it for skin, but not for hair, because felt is not individual hairs. Now, what people call felt, sometimes when they say they're felting, they're actually using wool roving. So this is wool roving. This is wool. So if you're asking, do I use felting wool roving? Yes, this is wool roving. Thanks, Ezekiel. We're getting there. John C., yes, of course you should. Also, I think it's our job as a director to hire smart people who disagree with you. because that's how you're going to get a balanced set of ideas. That's how you're going to get tempered. Your thoughts are tempered that way. Me and Jake Farmer don't agree on anything. Like, really. Our forms of entertainment are different. We don't like the same movies. We both like haunted houses, but I think we also like them for vastly different reasons. All the ones that I'm wearing on my suit will get this caracal wool, because it matches my beard pretty good, and that's why. And even this one, I'll probably end up cutting out all of the teeth and wearing my teeth and letting my beard be the beard, but not right away. Because of how clear this silicone is, and it's shiny now, but when you press it, it goes matte. It hides really well. So it's a nice edge. Take a second, clean off my fingertips. I don't mind that hair swoop, I'm going to tell you. I don't mind it. It looks a bit more like a cowlick than it does a man bun at this point. We'll see when it's all finished. And now some of this fiber has a curl to it. So I'm using that curl to help go with that hair direction. It does have an alfalfa feel, you know, it's a cowlick. I don't think a hair whirl, the whirl of a hair, W-H-O-R-L, is pretty cool. You know what, if you did this in green, it would be a good grouch type mask. You have to change the nose. I'd sculpt a little nose, just stick on the end here. But yeah, because Grinches have that real nose. Telling you, man, there might be a mullet in my future. It could easily happen. And guys, you're about to stare directly into the eyes of a werewolf while we test the powers of the microphone. So I got to step into the restroom. I drank a lot of beverage. So, how good is the microphone? Okay. That's kind of nice. I'm liking it. Well, I gotta finish that. The last thing I want is for that to dry. Well, there you go. Hands are still wet from washing them. We're getting there. I haven't seen a lot of mullets out in the wild. Ezekiel, how do you feel about man buns? Or how do you feel about mullets, I should say? Isn't your stance on the mullet that you're not a mullet fan? I had a mullet for many years. It's a very practical haircut when you spend a lot of time in a mask. This mask is from Mikey Severe. He sculpted it. I traded him a Wolfman 2020 blank for this blank. And yeah. This is suspiciously long, so I'm going to grab both ends and give it a tug, and I have some separation. So there you go. I had a mullet for a long time. I didn't mind mullets. When you say you have two mullets, do you mean that you are you doing their hair and they've decided to go mullet? You're saying you have seen two mullets? I have not encountered any mullets out in the wild. And I am in very rural Texas. So if it's a fashion thing, it won't get to us for a while. Hockey hair, yeah, there you go. Yeah, because if you're in a helmet all day, it's the same thing. Yes. I think a man bun is a bun on a man. You also have to love the hair part right in the center of the head. That's a lovely look also. I think as a character choice, it's good. But see, that's where, because he just made the point about Riff Raff having a skullet. As a character choice, it's good. As a character choice, a mullet is great. Because it says something about you. It does some work. So it's good that way. But a character is a sauce, and people are soup. Meaning, sauces are something you put on for a little bit more flavor. You don't want to eat a bowl of sauce. You don't want to eat a bowl of ranch dressing. You don't want to eat a bowl of mustard. But a soup is more mellow. You need to be able to eat a whole bowl of it. That's a personality. That's a person. So if a haircut works on a character, doesn't mean it's going to work on a person. It might make them a little too over the top. I prefer a top knot over a man bun myself. I think the Gene Simmons top knot is it's a great way to do excess hair. The little samurai top of the head ponytail. I don't know what else that's called. Although I do prefer it to go back rather than straight up, like the pebbles. No one wants the pebbles. Ponytails are good. They're good. You know what was dumb? Parachute pants. Those were dumb. Don't know why we ever did that. Thought that was great. Parachute pants. This mask is taking forever. What a long hair work job I'm doing on this. Cobwebs, one of the reasons I have long hair is I hate wigs. I would rather do whatever it is to my own hair. I don't like wearing a wig myself. Okay, I did like the wide shoelaces, Fat Boys they were called, and I didn't mind those at all. I wish they still had those in shoes. I think those were great. Tell you what, I don't like Viking hairstyles on dudes. Not because I have any issue with Vikings, but I feel like if you have a Viking hairstyle, I need to think that you can kick my butt. You know, because I feel like a Viking should be able to beat me up. So if I don't think that you can beat me up, then I don't think you should have a Viking haircut. How's that for ridiculous? Pretty ridiculous. I know. I can't stop the way I think. I don't understand when you pull your pants down and your underwear shows. I don't think that's good. And I also don't like one pant leg rolled up. I don't understand that. I'm not offended by it. It doesn't anger me, but I don't think that person is smart. I don't see someone with one pant leg rolled up and think that person has their stuff together. That's not what happens in my brain. An urban bushman. Hey, Boris. How's it going, bud? Boris, come here, buddy. Boris has popped in to say hello. That's good, Brooke. You want that. They're allowed to have Viking hair. I think you're in good enough shape. You're allowed to have that. That's how it goes. Yeah, I never understood skinny jeans either, but that's okay. To each their own. I think that each of us have a style that we want in our head. And just because a type of clothing doesn't help us meet our personal style, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. And I think that is what happens quite a bit with style and fashion and things, is that, well, that's not what I'm going for, so that must be wrong. Well, no, it's just not what you're going for. In my brain, I'm older, guys should want to look tough. I don't think skinny jeans make you look tough. So in my old-fashioned brain, I'm like, guys shouldn't wear skinny jeans. But that's me, you know? And are there tough guys who wear skinny jeans? I'm sure there are. That is a hang-up that I got. I do not know of Loma Jane. Anthony, they're comfortable. That's it. And frankly, I would wear yoga pants if they made them in my size, because they look dang comfortable. And actually, I do wear tights when I'm at fair. And they are dang comfortable. What's funny is that at Renaissance Festival, all the girls at the end of the day are like, boy, I'm going to change out of this and wear some comfortable clothes. And the guys are like, I'm fine. This is awesome. See, cobwebs, that's something that happens in our head, right? Guys should wear work boots and wear work boots every day. Yeah, different animal, different world. And that mentality, cobwebs, which I kind of also share, is one that it made it really hard for me, like starting Patreon and stuff, because producing videos is work. And I didn't see it that way. That wasn't something that I saw as this being work that I do. To me, this is the work that I do, and I do this so other people can do it. But as my life has changed, as I have had to change some things, this has become just as much work as this is. So we have to fight that mentality of what is a job. Truthfully, what we have to do, none of us should have to work like super hard jobs anymore. We should be able to make it to where we have robots and machines doing almost all that stuff. I'm going to jump on the Brook train. You're absolutely right. I'm not seeing all of these, but yeah, no. I mean, people wear stuff that they want to wear because they want to wear it. What people wear has nothing to do with you, whoever you are. And I think that is something that we have to recondition also. Okay. Okay, I cannot keep up with the chat. You guys are going so fast. But there you go. Mentally, we have a lot of evaluation and things to do with ourselves all the time. And that, what other people wear, who cares? Why is that something that we're concerned with? We shouldn't be, but we know that we are. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying we. It's something, that we got to figure out. I want people to be able to wear capes all the time because capes look awesome. So now I can't wear a cape because no one else is going to wear a cape because they're scared to wear capes out in public. But capes are cool. But if I see a guy wearing a cape, I think that that's an invitation to, sword fight him. And he better be ready for that. I wish dueling was still a thing. Forgive me. But I do think that some folks just need to be stabbed. It would help them. It would help their worldview. Probably shouldn't say that. Yeah, see, girls can wear capes a lot more than guys. That's the kicker, man. Yeah, see, capes are cool. Good night, Ken. Realms, how can you make a water spitter for your props? Well, Fright Props has like a water spitter kit that's all set up and ready to go. It's very easy. That is the easiest way to make a water spitter for your props. You want a harder way to make a water spitter for your props? There is a device called a Swiffer Wet Jet. And it has an electronic button to shoot out stuff, So, there you go. Fright Props with the water spitter. Yeah, there is a one on Jake's DVD. Which Jake's DVD is for sale on my website because we're buddies. We're closing in on the face here, so at least I have that knowledge. Because this has taken a long time. I couldn't recite 3 lines from Disposable Heroes. I know the Black Album and then I Ride the Lightning. After that, it all gets messy. I like poodle skirts. Those are cool. And you know what? Leather bracers. I want to wear leather bracers all the time because I like them. I think that we should be able to wear leather bracers wherever we want. Are they practical items of clothing? No. But do I think they're cool? Yes. Thanks. Do I just say Bridget? Or is it Brigitte? A, Bridget. B, Brigitte. I will say it however you want, but I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Bridget Taylor, thank you. And you know what? And when I'm wearing leather bracers, I feel like I could fight everyone and win. So that's probably why I shouldn't wear them. A lot of leather bracers in gay bars. Yeah, see, I would. Gay men know how to dress way better than straight men. I'm just going to put that out there, in my opinion. And I think part of that is there's part of their personality that is just that aspect of their personality is a brave choice. So at that point, wearing other stuff is wearing flamboyant clothing. It's not as big of a deal because they've already made a super brave choice just by being out, you know. Viking armor. I probably will not hair between the, I won't hair this, no. I'll come up into here a little bit, but I won't do this section here. And I'm going to come up a little more probably into here. I don't think I'll do all this. Yeah. You're correct. I need to hang out in gay bars more. But you know what? I don't like bars. So I'm not going to go to any bar. A funny experience with the gay bar to me was when I was a youngster, and I had won a costume contest at downtown Disney for Halloween and in Orlando, and I won 2 tickets to see Lion King on Broadway, plane tickets for 2, and like $1,000 spending money, hotel room in New York City, and 2 tickets to Evita. And I took my friend Jim with me, and we were going around, and I love, in Greenwich Village, there was all the monster themed bars. There was the Werewolf Bar, there was Jekyll and Hyde's Pub, and there was like an Adventurer's Pub. I think the Jack the Ripper Pub is what it was. Jack the Ripper, the Werewolf Pub, and Jekyll and Hyde's. There was a restaurant and a pub. So all 3 of those were in Greenwich Village. And we're hitting all those monster themed bars in New York. And I'm like, well, look at that bar over there. That one's called Monster. That's got to be awesome. So we walk up to it, and there's this huge bouncer, and he's like, I can just tell, do you guys know this is a gay bar? And I'm like, no, I did not know that. Thank you very much. I was going to go in and check out the decor, but it's not monster decor, so not my thing. Very funny. Oh, dude, Rob Halford knows how to dress. And you know what? And he's got one of my favorite songs is by them, but it's not with his main band. It's Immortal Sin from Rob Halford Fight. Awesome. Awesome song. Cheney. Come here, bud. Cheney. Come here. Don't unplug the microphone. Good night, Abadel Von Grave. Abdil. Yeah, man, that's good stuff, Ezekiel. Immortal Sin, good song. Yeah, let's do that right there too. Just for clarity, let's do it on this side. Just a bit. Hey, bud. I'm sorry the camera's too high for doggos. Boy, see, I don't know all the people in those bands. And you know what? If my buddy John hadn't turned me on to him, I wouldn't even know that. I'm not a music-based entity. That's just. I appreciate music. I like music. Can you hear my dog drinking out of the toilet? The microphone, little green light says you can. These ears, I'm not going to put any hair on them. I'm going to leave them as they are. There we go. No flocking on this one. No flocking. I'm using a drag back method where I put it in a little forward of where I want it and then I drag it back. And that is solely so that you don't see a bead of silicone right now. Wife is not here right now. I don't have any hate. I just don't. I didn't travel with the same group of friends, so I kind of stopped listening to the music. Because that's when I moved in 1995 from Maryland to Orlando. And I was solely exposed to new music riding around in my friend John Adams's car. Because he would play stuff like Crown of Thorns and just a lot of stuff that you didn't hear mainstream. Fight, Rob Halford. Warrant's Dog Eat Dog album, all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Baba Daza. Janie was an awesome dude, man. Luckily, I got to know him and hang out with him. 95, 96, 97, a little bit of 98. He was part owner of a bar that I worked at. I'm leaving the ears. I'm leaving the ears. Janie has a lot of my favorite songs that he wrote. Heaven. There's so many good songs written by Janie Lane. Remarkable. No, this is not an LED eye mask. I do have to bring the hair in here. All this is meant to be hair, and I'm going to hair that. I'm just kind of formulating a plan for it. And I might do one more run of hair in here. Yeah, I'll do one more run. Right there. Really close it in as far as hair goes. Hello, living on the bluff. The roller skating werewolf was actually a Zagone mask. It was the Zagone wolfman mask. Love it. And will I roller skate again? It's possible. I'm putting them in a little further back, and then I'm pulling them backwards to clean up that hairline a little better. I don't have a flocking that would come anywhere close to this wool, which is why I'm really not considering flocking on this. Yeah, it's a good look. The wool does work really well for werewolves. This is Mikey Severe's sculpt. I just get the luck of finishing this guy up. I don't do that very often, but I'm trying to add a few more wolfmen into my rotation. See how heavily textured this is? This is going to be harder to get a good hairline like this one. Lita, yes, I painted a bunch of, I call them Leech Lords. I did those in UV paint. That was a live video. And then, but that's going to be on my Stilpy Studios channel. And just recently I used a UV reactive paint on werewolf eyes that I'll be hairing those masks on Monday night's live video. Kat can't throw a link, but she could send a link to Scott Colhart, or she could put it on the Creepers page. What I keep doing is I keep cleaning my fingertips off. And luckily this silicone, when you get it on your finger, like you get on your finger like that, it's very easy to just rub, you know, scrape off the big blob. And then the little stuff will just ball up, kind of, and come off. I assume that's for the bagpipe link. And I don't mind you guys putting stuff on the Creepers page that we talk about in here, links and stuff, because one thing that it will do is it'll make people be like, hey, I missed this conversation, and maybe they'll join us. I have no idea how many we have on tonight. That's not something I can tell with my current setup, so that's one of the downsides, one of the only downsides. How many folks are on? I have no idea. Okay, so that's good. In order to make this even, I've got to come in on this side of the eye a little bit. No, I'm stopping the hair right here. So I've got about a finger's width around the hair. Now I'm gonna do hair up here, but I need to do that. I'll do that next, after I get this eye done. It's one of those projects that I've been wanting to get done for a while. This is the very rare Alan Percival project. I have about 4 or 5 more werewolves to do also. So you'll see me hairing more werewolves this season. This season, like it's a season. I'm not that organized. So this isn't, the rat mask isn't finished. You saw the latex of it though, right? The latex is right here. Okay. I'm closing in on this guy. So now I'm up here, and I'll be working on these big old brows. I'm closing in on the end of this silicone, so let's see how we do. Now, this hair is probably going this way, so that's what I need to do, is go that same direction that that hair goes. Okay. I feel like it's getting too quiet in here sometimes. Can you guys imagine this microphone with the old air compressor? You guys remember what the old air compressor sounded like? That would just be unbearable. It does have an extra set of canines. He was very liberal in his teeth sculpting. Looks cool. He made the choice. He made choices based off what looks cool. So he has an extra set of lower canines. These guys out here. So we're using this, this shape is already here. So he sculpted in a great shape for that hair to do and take. So all we have to do is kind of run the hair along that shape, and that's going to work out really nice. That is what I'm trying to do. What I used to do in my mask was I would sculpt ridges, like I would just sculpt a fin right here, and then I would have a place to glue the hair, and that would really shape how the hair goes. I was not as good at laying hair back then, but I'm a little better now, so I don't necessarily have to do that. But sometimes it's still not a bad idea to have a sculpture under there. I wish these were simple and not as ridged, but it is nice to have a something that gives the hair shape in the form. So I don't have to do it all with styling. I don't have to do it all with hair work. Yes, I kind of took all the skin off of it. That was when I was making the toy soldier, getting those wire handles off, off of the 5-gallon buckets. That's always a pain to do. And I just scrape my finger up against the plastic of the bucket. I'm going to airbrush it probably to give it more shadow than highlight. It's about the lightest I want it to be, because I kind of want it to, well, no, I might go a little lighter to match my beard better. My beard has gotten a little whiter than this. And I'll let this set up all through tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do a little bit of styling and shaping on it. That's your eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, it took a significant amount of skin off. There was a good bit of blood. But you know what? The toy soldier was red, so no one noticed. I also use pliers, but if you use them effectively, sometimes your hand flies. My hand went somewhere, but that skin chose not to. I find that not vice grips, but channel locks are kind of the best way to get it off, because you grab it and you can rock along that head and just peel it out. There you go, yes. That is Mikey Severe's Mask Company link. He is a very interesting dude. I like him a lot. I don't know him very well. We've only talked a couple times in person, but I like him. He is not afraid to be himself, and I find that to be a very strong feature. I like that very much. Good night, Riot. A Zoot Suit Riot, throw back a bottle of beer. It's a Zoot Suit Riot, run a comb through your cold black hair. Okay. There we go. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're one eyebrow away from awesomeness, or attempted awesomeness. Okay. That's looking good. I think it's working. It's working. I did not pay as much attention to which way those fibers naturally curled, and they kind of curled the wrong way. That's okay. And this does take a little bit of concentration, so I'm a little more quiet than normal. Thanks, Chad. So the next thing that I have to do, aside from the 2 werewolves at the fur on Monday, is I'll be making a Jersey Devil out of my goat mask. No, I have not tried any coffee liqueur. And my wife is right, I'll probably hate it. But, you gotta try stuff, right? Okay, so now that is there. Feel pretty good about that. A few hairs going the wrong way. I'm gonna grab myself a Sharpie. So this channel is not monetized, right? Because I don't have enough viewers in order to be monetized. And the reason that I can't play music or anything else on the other channel is because it won't be able to be monetized, and I actually want to make money from it. Down the road, I hope this channel gets monetized, but it's not right now. So my question is, if I played music now, what would happen? Would I get in trouble? I'm cutting the piece at this angle Hello?
Hello.
Hey, wife. This just took a long time to hair because of the
He
wool.
looks great.
He's looking good.
Yeah, he is. Oh,
My wife is here.
he's beautiful. Oh, I love him. Oh, that caracal wool.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yum. That looks so good.
Now, you know what? Shannon just made me think of this. Ezekiel, maybe you can find caracal wool on the internet, the AU internet, because I think it might even come from Australia.
Mmm. Does look good.
Yeah. Say hi to everybody, wife.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings, comrades. He does look awesome. He's beautiful. That is fun. One of the few you're actually going to keep.
Yes.
Bianca 12, thank you for joining our Patreon today.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So great of you. Thank you.
That's very cool. Ow, you're stabbing me. Cheney, now my wife. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's the little girl. Honey, you want to control the camera and show them the doggos?
Doggos.
They probably haven't gotten near enough cat and doggo time.
And doggos.
Cheney boy. Bella was here. Bella. Oh, Bella left because she grabbed a hunk of wool in her mouth.
And doggos. We've been outside playing in the cold. Okay. That's a good clear picture tonight.
Well, I laid it in the direction that it was done. Well, that is, and I move the camera back over to there and take a look at me. I think that is the sharpen filter that I put on it, which is really helping.
Wow, it does look good.
Because before that would be really blurry.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. I'm learnerating. I'm taking a Sharpie to this edge of the teeth that I cut. I cut the mouth out. And I'm taking a Sharpie to it just so you don't see that latex edge. This is a mass trimmer's trick from way back.
Am I too far back?
I don't. Am I blurry?
No. No, it's
Well-
just they're not getting a lot of detail.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you the
No, it looks good.
the blur fixer rating that I got to do.
That does look good. How much more you got?
Really, I'm pretty much done. Like, I'm going to black these teeth in. I'm going to hit it with gloss here and at the eyes. And then I'm going to style the hair tomorrow because just in this cool weather, I think it's going to be better if I wait a little bit. Really let that set up.
They are saying that it looks, the picture's a lot more clear.
Well, I found some filters on OBS. I've been doing a lot of studying these past couple of days.
Well, it does look good. Looks a really good picture I'm looking on your computer. Looks really
Yeah.
good.
I've got some
But
gear
it's sharp.
investing to do, and I've got some more learnerating to do, studying, learning.
Hello from Yorktown. Sally looks amazing that on your website.
Thanks.
Ron says it does look clear.
This is not on my website. This is actually a friend of mine. This is Mikey Severe's sculpture. This is a mask. I'm just doing it up for me. So Mikey Severe, Mikey Severe's Spook Show, I think is the company name, website name, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna hit this with some gloss.
It says there's 7,400,014 hairs. That's so clear.
That's right.
It is clear. I'm really excited. What came in the mail today? What's this?
Filters.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna wax these teeth later, but I'm gonna let that dry. So I'll wax the teeth on Monday. So gang, this is the other werewolf got airbrushed, so I'll move him into the frame too. He is over here now. Tell me what you have. I'd love to think that I can trust you, but I know that's not true. Hey, you can have that.
What's he got?
Piece of wood. Sometimes I randomly go over to my dog, take something out of his mouth, look at it, and put it back in. Because I'm a good parent.
Looks good.
See how that looks a little more even now that it's airbrushed?
Yeah, looks good.
So that's what we finished up today, gang. And that's it. So that's it for tonight. So yeah, you guys are awesome. I don't know who else is streaming right now. Maybe Justin Hill will be, who knows. But y'all have fun. I'm gonna head out and I'm about to point the camera over this way.
Looks good.
And I have to find this. Yeah, that's gonna go into my rotation as a wolfman mask. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Say goodnight, wife.
Good night, everybody.
And I say goodnight, and I say go make stuff.
So you found a new